Hello, and welcome to Mystical Wisdom Intuitive Arts. I'm Tina, and I'm your mystical witch. I'm here with 4 readings of your choosing for December of 2021. I was originally going to do 3 readings, but I was guided to do 4. So please feel free to take a deep breath. Pause the video if you need to. Just sort of meditate on the different readings. I have a different crystal for each reading. The first one is a clear quartz crystal. The second one is an amazonite crystal. The third one is copal. Copal is right before it becomes amber. It's the last stage before becoming amber. And this is a tangerine quartz for number 4. The decks I'll be using today are Crystal Visions Tarot, Hanson Roberts Tarot, Everyday Tarot, the Sacred Forest Oracle, and Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Okay. And let's set these aside. Okay. We're going to focus on sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. New equipment, new area, first time video with said equipment in said location. Okay. All right, we might be able to do this, maybe. All right. Reading number 1 with the clear quartz crystal. I do not know what these cards are. I shuffled and chose them, but I have not turned them over yet. I'm going to have for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. All right. And then we have a clarifying card for each week. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. Now, the first week of December is going to incorporate the last few days of November as well. Just bear with me on this, folks. I'll get there one of these days. I will, I swear. Now, after we go through the 5 weeks of December of 2021, we're also going to have a section where I will give you a chance to think. You can start thinking about it now. If you have 3 questions, they would be yes or no questions. And then with the 3 yes or no questions, It's okay if you don't have any questions, because I will also be combining the 3 cards into an additional message to the reading. And then I have 2 oracle cards for you from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. And then I have 2 cards from the Sacred Forest Oracle. So, anyway, the top row. For the first week, you have the moon clarified by the 10 of Swords. Okay. For those of you who chose this reading, it'll be the last few days of November and the first few days of December for this particular week in question. And it may be a little bit of it feels like it's going to be a little bit of a trying or challenging week, but it may be stressful, but it's going to turn out good. I know this doesn't look good because, yes, the moon is a pretty card because the artwork on this deck is amazingly beautiful. But you've also got the 10 of Swords. So that's the ending of something. The ending of something. And the moon can be secrets or things that are hidden from us. So what I'm getting is this is going to be the end of your being in the dark about something. I mean, and what's standing out to me is up here with the full moon, something's going to be brought to light. Like the end of the deception, the end of the frustrating, stressful cycle, or it's going to be different for a lot of different people. I'm getting several different things. Like some truth is going to come to light, so it's going to be the end of the lies for some of you. Somebody who's been continuously lying to you or deceiving you, everything's going to come to light, and it's going to be the end of that so that you can move on. For others of you, it's going to be the end of a stressful cycle and confusion. Things are going to get cleared up, and you'll have clarity and some understanding and a new beginning. For others of you, it's going to be a big relief, because it's going to be the end of something painful. And I'm feeling almost like a 4 of Swords here, where you would be resting, meditating, contemplating, recuperating kind of thing. Yeah, so there may be something significant will be brought to light, basically, is what it comes down to for everybody. The details will be different, but something very difficult and possibly painful will come to an end. Things will be brought to light, and you'll get some relief. Okay, moving on to week 2. Like I said, things are going to get better. You have the Ace of Wands clarified by the Sun. Holy cow. The Ace of Wands is an amazing card, and the Sun is, a lot of people call it the happiest card in the deck. I just think that it's just, a big warm fuzzy personally. This is a bunch of all good things here. The aces all stand for beginnings of things. Wands signify action, so this, in fire. Okay, for some of you, this is, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from this, okay? The first thing that hit me, some of you are going to get pregnant. It straight up, because the sun, the positioning of the Ace of Wands with the sun, with this happy little child here, this baby, yeah, some of you are going to get pregnant or find out that you're pregnant. So for some of you, conception will occur during that week, and for others of you, the positive pregnancy test will occur during that week. For others of you, that pregnancy is not even a thing, it is an absolutely joyful new beginning in your life. It could be a new career. It could be a new, whatever it is, it's something that's at the beginning, and it makes you really, really happy, and it lights you up. It fires you up from the inside, but it brings you true happiness and joy. And that's really going to be an awesome week for a lot of people. Okay, moving on to the third week of December. You have the Six of Swords clarified by the Lovers. Now, this Six of Swords is unique in that in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith type deck, the Six of Swords usually is someone in a boat, sailing away into calmer waters. You can see on one side of the boat where the water's all choppy, and on the other side it's smooth as glass, and the swords are usually, sticking up in the boat. So you see them moving on to calmer seas. Well, in this one, I love it because she's just letting those swords go. She's just leaving them, and she's walking away from them. I mean, this is, the Eight of Cups, they usually say is, walking away from things that no longer serve you. This is a little bit deeper than that. The Six of Swords is, it's like she's not just going wherever the boat driver is taking her. She's walking away. She's dropping those swords of her own accord, and she's going on her own. She's in charge here. She's not, because in the, like I was describing, the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith type depiction, it doesn't just show a person or persons in a boat. It always shows somebody navigating that boat for you. This is where she's taking charge, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Disregard, the artwork is the artwork. Gender is fluid as far as I'm concerned. We're talking about energies here with tarot, and there is no insult intended to anyone, regardless of your gender. This person, and I say she because it's obviously a woman depicted here, so please don't take any of it personally. It doesn't matter. Gender's fluid. This person she is choosing to leave the swords behind. She's not taking them with her like they usually do in the boat. She's not carrying those swords. She's done. She's leaving them behind. She's dropped them all. Every single one of them. There's nothing in her hands. You see her dropping those last two in that last motion there as she's walking away. And she's in charge. She's choosing where she's walking. So I find this Six of Swords much more empowering than some of the others. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on and on about it, but it's just how the energy was striking me. And it's clarified by the Lovers. So now the Lovers is not always exactly that. It doesn't always mean a romantic pairing. It can, okay, but it doesn't always have to, and it doesn't always actually. But this is a choice that this person has made, dropping these swords, going in the direction that she feels led. And she's headed toward a partnership of some sort. And it's something that's going to be rewarding in one way or another. If it's a romantic relationship, if she's leaving, those swords can be, the swords are air, the element of air, which corresponds to our thoughts, our mental, our intellectual things, our ego, things like that. And she's letting go of old beliefs, old thoughts, things that were hurting her. That's what I'm getting from this, old hurts. Maybe old relationships that caused pain. She's choosing to leave that all in the past, leaving the past in the past and moving on because she's gotten past all of that. But that's leading her into something. It could be a business relationship for some people. I'm getting a feeling that for a few people that's it. But I actually am getting that this is leading for quite a few people into a rewarding, romantic, loving relationship. Something healthy and stable and balanced. Wow. Honestly, I can't believe I'm getting so much out of just 2 cards for each week. Anyway, yeah. Wow. Okay. All right, so moving on to week 4. Week 4, we have the King of Swords. I'll put this up so you can see it a little bit better. We have the King of Swords, clarified by the King of Swords. Now, there's a tarot reader that I follow who always says that that when a card is clarified by itself, when the card comes up like twice like that, it means the universe is saying I meant what I said. So for the 4th week of December, the King of Swords is coming to visit. Okay, now this doesn't need to be a literal person. This is the energy that this could very well be, and the feeling I'm getting from most of you is that this is the energy you're moving into. You are moving into the King of Swords. Now, the kings all have mastery over their element. The King of Swords knows how to temper his words, his thoughts. He's mastered communication. He's, this is the upside of the King of Swords. And that's what I'm picking up on. I'm not picking up on the downside or what would be like the reversed King of Swords. His downside is not as much fun. It's a little bit darker, and his words are sharp. He's maybe arrogant. It's not somebody you'd really want to spend a lot of time with. But no, the energy I'm getting is that this is the upright King of Swords, big time. Now, this may be a, for some of you, yes, okay. Now, for some, like I just said, this is the energy you're moving into, and it's something to be proud of. I mean, it's something to feel to feel confident and to feel very, very good about, because you are you have gotten into a much better place of your communication skills, your understanding of things, your not letting your ego take over. You have mastered things like that. You have mastered your ego. You have mastered your thoughts and the direction that you put them in, which can also aid in your manifestation skills. But now for another group of you, this is an amazing pairing. Now, this could be leading off those of you that are going to have a romantic pairing over here, in the third week of December. This could be the type of pairing that you're having. This could be your pairing. That you are kindred spirits. King of Swords with King of Swords. And like I said, gender is fluid with tarot. Gender is fluid with tarot. It's just the energy. We all have the masculine and feminine. We all have yin. We all have yang. Those energies within us. Mastering them, tempering them, balancing them. Those are all important for us to do. And that's what the King of Swords has. He has mastery over these things. And this could very, very possibly be for those of you who are going to be embarking in a new romantic relationship. This is saying that the one you've met, this new relationship, is your perfect match because you both have mastered this. It's going to make things so much easier. We all have to put in effort. We all have to take the actions, put in the effort. We have to care. We have to be present in a relationship. We have to meet our partner 50%. We've got to meet them halfway, meet them where they are. Sometimes it isn't always 50-50. Sometimes, we've got to do the 70-30 or the 60-40 or the 90-10. It just depends on what's going on around you in your life, what the circumstances are. But this is an equal pairing. These are two people who are perfectly matched. They've got a matched intellect. They've got a matched wit. They've got a matched understanding and belief system. This is an excellent, excellent, excellent match. Whew. Wow. That was serious. Okay. Getting into the 5th and final week of December, we have the 8 of Wands clarified by the 5 of Rods, also known as Wands. The 8 of Wands clarified by 5 of Wands. Well, the 8 of Wands is fast-moving energy of some sort. It could mean actual travel. It could mean communication. Being clarified by the 5 of Wands, which is usually, you can see they're using wands. They're not using swords. They're not trying to kill each other. They're sparring. They're learning fighting techniques, a little bit of healthy competition, a little bit of, they're learning. So they're perfecting. There's something in that last week of December that you're going to catch on to very quickly. Some of you. There's a group of you that you're in the process of learning something and you're understanding and learning, grasping the concepts of this thing that you're learning is going to come really fast. It's all of a sudden, everything's going to click and it's all going to happen. And you're going to feel really good. You know, it's like that excitement of being in the thick of it and knowing exactly what you're doing. And for some of you, this is a smaller group I'm feeling, but for some of you, there's going to be a little bit of an upset. It's not going to be a bad thing, but like a little bit of confusion over something that happened so quickly that you're like, what the heck just happened? It's going to just come out of nowhere, it'll feel like, you know, like boom, all of a sudden. And uh, ah, okay, the biggest portion of you, it's just going to be a really hectic week. I mean, and that makes sense because it's the last week of the month. It's the last week of the calendar year. It's right in the middle of the biggest holiday season in the year with lots of different holidays happening. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what it's going to be for the majority, I believe, is just going to be a really hectic, fast-paced week. That's what that is. It's going to be a hectic, fast-paced week. All right. So now let's get down to the questions. If you need to pause the video for a moment, please feel free to do so. What we're going to do here is you can ask 3 questions. And I'm going to attempt to answer them for you. And let's put this over here. 2, 3. Okay. So these are going to be yes or no questions. And it's perfectly okay if you don't have any questions. If you would just like the additional message, I'm going to do that as well. So each one individually will be a message, and then all 3 of them together is a message. Okay? So for question number 1, we have the 6 of Cups. That's really, really nice. A lot of people focus on the 6 of Cups being about nostalgia or a past life connection or someone just from your past reconnecting with you. I see it as a positive card, and the first thing that hit me is yes. The answer to your first question is yes. The 6 of Cups can be related with small children as well. And I find that interesting that that's where I placed it. For those of you who are going to be finding out you're pregnant or who are going to try to conceive, it's a very successful week for all of you. Definitely. And for others, I feel like it may be an old friend or a relative, somebody that you've always cared about, but you just kind of lost touch with each other, that's going to come back and say, hey, I was thinking of you, let's get together. Or, it's just really good to talk to you. It's been so long. Yeah, that's going to be a really cool thing. For question number 2, we have the 5 of Swords. I'm going to say no. That's going to be a no for question number 2. Yeah, in this picture, this depiction of the 5 of Swords, it's not somebody trying to sneak off with 3 swords and leaving 2 behind. This looks like somebody who's ready to stab the other person in the back with the sword they've just picked up. That's the vibe I'm getting off of this. And I would be careful. If there's anyone that you have any little suspicion about, I would be very careful and not confide anything important in them, not tell them anything significantly important or anything that can come back on you. Because if you feel any small suspicion about somebody, like that they could stab you in the back, I'd follow that because you're most likely correct. For question number 3, we've got the Emperor. I'm going to say that's a yes. Because we have a major arcana, that's going to be, and we're, and look at the placing again. I told you about the kings having mastery over their suit. Well, the Emperor is like the culmination of all of the kings. He is the master of the masters. He is the most masterful. So that's a little bit more confirmation that you've either slammed into that energy in this 4th week of December. You're either going straight into it and just being all in your glory, or you're not just doing that, but you're meeting someone else who already has as well. You've already done this, and now you're meeting that person that, matches up so well with you. And the Emperor card is just really, really emphasizing that. The mastery is there, the match is there, the command, the, being in charge of your own life, knowing what you're doing, knowing your direction, it's all there. Now, when we look at the 3 cards together, the 6 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Emperor, okay, this is a different message than the individual ones I just gave you from the cards individually, but this is an apology. Someone who stabbed you in the back once before, or lied to you, or lied about you behind your back, is going to apologize. There's an apology coming in from someone who hurt you. And they're in a better place now. They have gone from the backstabber, the liar, the cheater, the one inflicting the pain, into mastering, because you've got the 5 of Swords there, and now you have the Emperor right on the King of Swords. Sometime during the month of December, you may be getting an apology from someone who hurt you. And their apology is sincere because they truly have changed. That's what I've got for that. Then from the mystical mermaids and dolphins, we have healing heart and positive energy. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. And surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. Okay, we're going to read this because there's more in the book than what's on the card. For the healing heart, deep within your heart, you're aware of your healing abilities. Perhaps you've received feedback from others about the way that your words or touch have helped them heal. By drawing this card, you're urged to take your healing work to the next level. You're also asked to purify your diet and thoughts so that higher frequencies of healing energy can flow through you. By opening to the next level, you'll notice a shift in the people or situations that come to you for help. You may find a number of healing opportunities increasing, or your clients may display a greater understanding of spirituality. Heaven wishes to support your healing work completely. If you'd like to further your education, work in a healing center, or increase your income, just ask, and then be open to receiving. And now we'll look at positive energy. Your manifestation work is going wonderfully well. By drawing this card, you're encouraged to take the process to an even higher level by going on a negativity diet. This means avoiding negative influences as much as possible. Avoid negative discussions with yourself or others. Turn off television and radio programs with negative themes and stay away from violent movies. Don't read pessimistic headlines and steer clear of gossip-based magazines. This negativity diet will cleanse you of any hidden blocks that could slow down the manifestation of your dreams or prevent them from coming true at all. Another thing you can do is to apply feng shui, the ancient Chinese art of placement, to your physical environs, which will help enhance the positive energy in all of your surroundings. You're also asked to donate or sell items that are cluttering your home. This helps you bring in new energy and opportunity and will also establish an environment that promotes creativity, health, and abundance. Pretty good stuff. It's very interesting too. All right. And from the Sacred Forest Oracle, we have Water Spirit, which stands for manifesting dreams, and we have Pegasus, transcending. Oh, let's move these up a little. I just love the little otter on the Water Spirit. Number 46. If you're into numerology, that reduces down to a 10 and then to a 1, which is like the 10 of Swords, because that reduces that's the end of a cycle and then it goes into the beginning. You go back to the ace. So, okay, 46 for the Water Spirit. In the sparkly water of the forest stream, otters plunge into the cold waters and resurface to race to the shore and then plunge back into the water. Small ones, big ones, otters of all sizes join in the fray. The brook seems to be laughing with joy with their antics. Your dreams can come true, truly. However, there are a few steps necessary for this to occur. First, believe that you deserve it. Know that you are worthy. You are. Act as if your dreams had already come true. Move your body like someone whose desires have manifested. You know how most people, they walk up, they stand up straight and they walk with a certain confidence and their shoulders square and their head held high, that walk of pride and confidence. That's what they're talking about here. Most important, you must also take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not the time to sit around and passively wait for things to turn out. Give deeply and fully of who you are, for the more that you give, the more that you will receive. Allow your emotions and feelings to flow. Don't repress or suppress the truth of your soul. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, more joy and abundance will grow in your life. Water energy traditionally represents your feelings and emotions. As in all things, too much emotion can be depleting, and too little emotion can be draining. When your emotion flows as clearly as a mountain stream, then you are at a pivotal time to distinctly state your intentions and dreams, and the forces of the universe will answer and support your dreams coming true. The Spirit of Water says, water flows in cycles, and right now you are in a cycle of manifesting your dreams. Don't stop the flow by doubting or hesitating. Allow your emotions and freedom to be expressed. Timing is everything, and right now is your time. Pretty cool. Now, number 28. Interesting. That also reduces to a 10 and then a 1. Wow. Grab hold of the mane. Pegasus is leaping into the sky with you on his back. You can feel the wind rush by as this winged horse climbs higher and higher, his muscles rippling beneath you. You are keenly aware of his majesty, strength, and power as you are brought closer and closer to the heavens. History is replete with myths and legends of a winged horse, the protector of the soul. The Pegasus represents the immortality of your spirit and the journey to the heavens. The appearance of this card is a sign. Get ready for a dramatic activation of your spiritual journey. A powerful transformation is at hand. Great things are possible in your life. Prepare yourself to fly high above adversity. The Pegasus's rise above the earthly realms offers a higher celestial perspective. Take time to meditate, and profound insights about your life will be revealed. You are asked to see the situation at hand from a higher perspective. Step away from the drama and emotional manipulation of others. Some stories describe that where his hooves strike the earth, new springs emerge. Life begins anew. In Greek mythology, Pegasus activates and befriends the 9 muses who inspire creativity, liberal arts, music, science, poetry, and visual arts. Hence, Pegasus is symbolic of creativity. The message here is to focus on the incredible creativity, vitality, and spiritual awakening within you. The spirit of the Pegasus says, "You're on a pilgrimage of the soul. It's time to transcend the weight of earthly burdens. Fly over situations that have been pulling you down. Don't involve yourself with the drama of others. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will let me say that one again. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve. A profound transformation is at hand." And it would be. For us to remember that we come from spirit and that we are eternal, yeah, that's big. All right. So, clear crystal quartz reading. I certainly hope that this was the reading for you, that this brought you everything you needed to know about the month of December, or at least a good portion of it. I'm going to be moving on to the next reading, so I'll see you next time. All right, let's move all of this out of the way. All right, 1 down and 3 to go. Okay. And the next one was the lovely Amazonite. Oh, what a wonderful crystal. They all are. You're going to learn this about me the more videos I do, and the more that some of you come back and stick around and subscribe to my channel. You're going to find that there isn't a crystal I don't love. I love, love, love crystals. And I appreciate each and every one of them for their individual beauty, their energy, and everything that they do to assist us humans. And, well, they assist the animals too. So everything they do to assist the rest of us on this earth. We'll put it that way. And I do have a few that I gravitate to a lot. Some are for protection. Some are for lots of other reasons. But the clear quartz crystal is amazing because you can actually program it to do anything that any of the other crystals can do. So it's extremely versatile. And my athame here, that's carved from selenite. Selenite's one of my go-tos. I have selenite. I love selenite, selenite, selenite. Sometimes I think it should have been my middle name. All right. So for the Amazonite. Okay. We have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. There you go. You can see all of them. Okay, then the clarifiers. We have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. Okay, now keep in mind, if you didn't watch the first part with the clear quartz crystal reading, that I'm doing December as 5 weeks because the first few days are like the second half of this next coming week. So the first week of December, as I refer to it that way, it's incorporating the last few days of November. So it's the last few days of November, the first few days of December. And then here are the clarifiers. So let's move these up a little bit. I put them down a little too low. Let's crank this up here where we can see it better. I need a quick drink of water here. Holy Moses. Okay. Now, I didn't look at any of these cards. I shuffled and I drew them and I set them aside. I did not look at these cards. So this is the first time seeing them with you. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the 4 of Rods, or also known as Wands. Wow. Okay. Some of you are going to be getting a marriage proposal. In the first week of December, some of you are going to receive a marriage proposal or decide to make a marriage proposal. That's actually for quite a few of you. For some of you, it may just be that you're deciding you're being asked to make a commitment. Doesn't have to be marriage. It could just be a very strong commitment, or there's an offer of love. The Knight of Cups, I mean, look at him. He's dreaming. He's very dreamy. His horse is walking through a rainbow, for crying out loud. I mean, yeah, check this out. There we go. He's on a unicorn. It's not just any old horse. He's riding a unicorn. And they're walking through a rainbow in the water. Yes. And oh yeah, there's a little sparkle in his cup too. Yeah. And is that oh my goodness, that's the full moon. So he's got a rainbow reflection in the water that he's walking through under the light of the full moon. And I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but the 3 of Cups right next to him, there's another full moon. Ooh, I'm getting a feeling here. Okay. The 4 of Rods, also known as the 4 of Wands, is usually, the 4s are all taking a pause, okay? No actions are really happening in the 4s, okay? The 4 of Rods or Wands is kind of a celebration. A lot of times people look at it as like the 11:11 portal. manifestation, twin flame connection, things like that. And others simply regard it as wedding. And that was what hit me when I saw the Knight of Cups with the Four of Wands is a marriage proposal. Now, for another group of you, you may be attending a wedding during that first week, where it's the end of November, beginning of December during this next coming week here. You may be actually attending a wedding, or you may meet someone at a wedding. You may meet someone that you end up falling in love with, and who ends up telling you that they're in love with you. Oh, goodness. This may be for one person. This is the feeling I'm getting. There's one person. You're going to meet somebody who instantly feels like they're in love with you. Love at first sight. If that's not mutual, I would definitely be careful and take it slow. And if it is mutual, I would rethink it and be careful and take it slow. But like I always say, follow your own intuition, use your own discernment. And use some common sense, for crying out loud, people. I mean, really, that's what a lot of this is common sense. Reminding people of common sense. There's another small group of you that's going to realize that you're in love with someone. It's going to just hit you that week. That you're going to realize, oh my God, I'm in love with this person. Or you could be surprised when someone tells you that they're in love with you. Yes, it could go either way there. You may feel the need to tell someone you're in love with them, or someone may come to you and tell you that they're in love with you. And that could be different groups there too. Anyway, looks like the first week of December is going to be fun. All right, so moving on to the second week of December. We have the Three of Cups clarified by the Nine of Swords. Okay, normally this would look horrible, but I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from this combination. Somebody is going to be absolutely relieved and celebrating because all their worries are over. The Nine of Swords, is usually anxiety, stress, insomnia, worries, fears, those kind of things. When our ego just is relentless, things like that. There's going to be, it looks like a time of stress or worry or fear, or a combination of all of the above, is coming to an end. It's going to be over, and there will be some celebrating. There will be some celebrating. And it would be a small group, maybe just a few friends, a couple of really close friends, people who've been there for you through it all, that, those who go through the crap with us, the ones that weather the crap storms are the ones who deserve the Caribbean cruise. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if they're true enough to stick by you while you're talking to them about all the horrible stuff that's going on in your life, and they're supportive and they're loving and encouraging, and they give you their shoulder to cry on, and they console you and comfort you and love you through all of it, then when the good stuff happens, they're the ones you should be celebrating with. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. Any of you who have been going through a rough time, going through a time of stress, a time of loss or mourning or anxiety, all of that's going to be over, and you're going to be able to celebrate the ending of it. And that would be for the second week of December. I feel like this is going to be for a lot of people, actually. A lot of people are going to have a lot of crap ending. I'm doing my best to watch my language here. So, just bear with it. If it sounds silly, well, it's better than being censored and kicked off of YouTube and all that fun stuff. Okay. So the third week of December, we have the 9 of Wands being clarified by the 8 of Swords. Oh, people, stop doing this to yourself. The 9 of Wands is actually, it's staying the course. You see, these are all, her wands are all lit. They're like torches. And it's almost like a combination with the Strength card because of this big cat with her. It looks like a lion. She's sturdy, she's stable, she's strong, she's staying the course, she's got the perseverance. She isn't just persistent, she's persevering. But being clarified by the 8 of Swords, it's like you're doing this, you're staying the course, and you're being persistent and persevering in everything. Because of a fear that doesn't really exist. Excuse me. The 8 of Swords is like it's a lie. It's a lie that we tell ourselves. Do you see what she's bound with? She's bound with this narrow little string. She's surrounded by swords within her grasp. All she has to do is grab one of those swords, and she could very easily cut that string. In fact, she could probably wriggle at least one of her arms up out of it. It's not that deep, as my daughter would say. The situation isn't nearly as grim as you think it is. For with the group of people this resonates with, for those of you who chose the Amazonite reading, holy cow, just get out of your head, get out of your fear, because you're doing something unnecessarily. You're staying the course and being strong over something that you don't need to, over something that isn't real. It doesn't exist. It's a fear. It's something that's going on in your own mind, and you're doing this to yourself. So you're being a hero for no good reason whatsoever. And hopefully in the third week of December, you will be realizing this and changing it. All of you that this applies to, I wish you the very best of luck. And I hope that this reading has brought it to light enough that you can recognize it and change it and not do this to yourself anymore. That's my wish, that this is helpful to you, because that is my goal. My goal is to help as many people as possible, to help anyone and everyone who can use the help, who needs the help, that can benefit from my gifts, my abilities, and my wisdom through all of my trips around the sun and my life experience. So, all right, enough about the third week of December. Let's move on to the fourth week. We have the 6 of Wands, victory, being clarified by the Page of Swords. Okay, you're going to be getting some really good news in the fourth week of December. I would say the majority of you, this feels big, like pretty much everybody listening. If this reading's resonating with you, you're going to get some really, really good news. Something that is going to inform you that that's going to either inform you of a victory in your favor, like, okay, like a legal matter. Yes, and I'm getting chills. Okay, so those of you involved in legal matters, you're going to get the word that you've been victorious, that you've won the case. Okay. There's a good portion of you. I wouldn't say everybody who's got a legal thing going on, but there's a good portion of you that, yes, this is very possible. For the rest of you, there's a bigger group of you that I'm picking up that you're just going to hear something really, really good that's going to make you feel victorious. And it's pages are also representative of beginnings, just like aces are. And the page of swords they can be messengers. And that's what I'm getting here is the messenger. You're going to receive news that's going to make you feel very victorious. You're going to feel, that's it. I've won. I'm on top of the world. Everybody look at me. I'm awesome. Now, for a few of you, and this is a very few of you, you might actually get some serious recognition. It could be something at work. It could be something on social media. But you're going to get some kind of recognition that's going to make you feel victorious. Like, you might get a bonus you weren't expecting from work because of your performance being so outstanding. You might get, that's going to be like the week around Christmas and several other holidays. So you might get gifts from people that you wouldn't expect to receive a gift from because you've done something that means something to them or that has impressed them or been, really significant for them. And they want to express their thanks and appreciation by giving you a gift. So it could be a gift. For a very couple, I think maybe one or two or maybe even only three of you, you could be getting word of a promotion at work. Anyway, good news coming in the fourth week of December in some form. Everybody's going to be getting some form of good news. And that's a really good thing. I like being able to give good messages like that. Or positive messages like that. I like to be able to give those kind of messages. Makes me feel good. Okay, so getting into the fifth week. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. The fifth week of December. That's that last week, right before New Year's. The last week of the month, the last week of the year. We have the Six of Pentacles clarified by the Page of Cups. And we've got pages right next to each other here. Multiple pages is a good thing. Like I said, they can represent, they can be messengers. They can also be, they can also show a new beginning, an early start to something. The Six of Pentacles is an expression of balance, of reciprocity, of having enough and having a surplus to be able to help others. In the Rider-Waite-Smith type decks, the more traditional, if you want to use that word, the depiction is usually of someone giving money to the poor, or you'll see like scales. And they'll have a bunch of coins in one side and coins in the other side, and then you see them giving to the poor. So it's like, it could be a reminder to make sure that you've taken care of all of your things before you give to others, just like oxygen on the airplane. If the airplane, if something happens, the cabin starts to depressurize or whatever, and the oxygen masks come down, they say for you, the rule is you put your own oxygen mask on first and then you assist anyone else who needs help, because you're no help to anyone unless you've taken care of yourself first. And that just falls right into the whole self-care thing, and that's a lecture for another day. Or maybe not. Let's see, the Six of Pentacles. There's 2 in the tree, 2 at the base of the tree, and then 2 on the other side. There are grapes everywhere, and they are a symbol of prosperity and bounty. She's got grapes and lots of fruits in her basket and birds flying around everywhere. She has plenty and she's sharing. I mean, yeah. It's like you've got the birds, looks like they're picking the grapes. I think she's sharing the grapes. There's one that looks like they're putting grapes in her basket, and then others are flying around with them, picking the grapes, but that's not a tree. Grapes grow on a vine. Those are vines. Never mind me. I hate to tell you what time of the night it is right now, but anyway. Let's see there. There you can see. So the Page of Cups. Cups are the ones that are about our emotions. And very frequently associated with happiness or love or both. It looks like you're going to be receiving news of good fortune. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery, although I suppose it's entirely possible that someone watching this could actually win the lottery. If you do, please contact me on my email address that's listed in the comments below and make a really nice donation to my channel, please. But I'm feeling reciprocity here. I really am. It's like someone's going to be bringing you a message of love or something financial. Okay. It's like, I'm feeling several different, I'm getting different things here. One thing I'm getting for some of you is that there may be a business offer made. Like some of you who may be your own entrepreneur, you may be in going into business for yourself, and you may find a financial backer. Someone may offer to back you financially to help you get started. I'm feeling that for maybe just a couple of you. For others, I'm feeling like you are going to some of you may be getting a raise at work. Something similar to this came up in the Clear Crystal Quartz reading, but with different cards. I find that amazing. Excuse me. All right, what I'm getting here is, yes, Your pentacles may be increasing because you may be getting an offer that you really don't want to refuse. It's going to be worth your while. It's going to be beneficial, and it's going to make you feel good. It will be something that will make you happy and will bring you prosperity. Instead of hand to mouth, you'll be able to, instead of just making it from payday to payday, you'll be able to have a savings. You might be able to help somebody out when they need some help once in a while. Paying it forward. And for another very small group of you, I'm picking up that something's going to happen that week, or you're going to realize that week that you are in a position that you are actually now starting out a new chapter in your life, and you feel really good about it. That you're financially, you're not at the 9 of Pentacles yet, but you're on your way. You're getting there. The 6 of Pentacles is that you've got enough and then a little bit more. Your scales are balanced and then some. And you're recognizing that this is the beginning of the new start you were looking for. One of you may be getting an inheritance that week. I'm only picking up one person. Somebody may be getting an inheritance that week or being notified of it. That will kind of have you comfortable. Maybe not totally set for life, but definitely comfortable. Doing better than you have been. Okay, there's another message. Another group of you. Oh, wow. Another group of you. Okay, pentacles aren't just about money and finances, okay? Pentacles are about things in our physical world, things that are tangible that we can touch, feel, hear, smell, see, For another group of you, somebody is going to be offering you a new comfortable start. And yeah. Okay. For those of you that I'm giving this part to, this group I'm talking about now, it ties back to the first week, the things that happened in the first and second weeks of December. This person is the reason why you don't have to worry or feel sad or have anxiety or whatever, or be insomniac, Your worries are over because of this person coming into your life, and that's who you're celebrating with. Or you're celebrating their arrival in your life with a couple of your really close, true friends who've always been there for you. But this person is also going to be offering you stability and comfort in a new life, a new start with them. Yeah. Wow. I'll tell you what, this is a really good reading. The other one was really good too. Whoever chose this, good for you. This looks really nice. The third week, I think you're going to come to the realization that you're being a trooper for no good reason. I think you're going to come to that conclusion, figure it out, and shift your course there. Redirect your energy into something more productive. Okay. All right, now comes the time for the 3 questions. So I'm going to, I'll put the cards down. Questions 1, 2, and 3. And what you can do now, you can pause the video if you would like so that you can think about your questions. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. I'm going to do 3 yes or no answers, and whatever message is coming through with each card. And then collectively, the 3 cards together will be an additional message. So if you don't have any questions, that's perfectly fine. But if you do, I hope this helps you out. Okay, so for question number 1, we have the star. I would say that's a yes. That's a big yes, whatever your question is. The star is about healing and shining brightly is what's coming through to me. That's what I just heard, shining brightly, and the star behind her is just glowing to me right now. I think you are going to be shining brightly. Whoever this resonates with, you've gone through the healing and now you are shining brightly. And the answer to your question is yes. Question number 2, is the world? Are you kidding me? I would say a big resounding yes. Question number 2 is a yes. The world is the end of the cycle. It's the last in the major arcana. And, it's kind of a portal, and it's like she's looking behind, saying ta-ta, as she's moving forward into the next phase of her life, the next cycle. It's almost like the portal that she's in the middle of looks like a big wreath. And then, of course, you've got the 4 signs that are stationary. That's not the right word, but I can't think of the right word right now. Anyway, you know what I mean. And if you don't, well, I'm sorry. We'll look it up together. How's that? So yes, it's an ending and a beginning. It's the ending of a cycle and beginning of a new one. And the new one has a lot of fresh hope and promise involved in it. So yeah, this is a yes. This is a good thing. Question number 3 is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, now I don't read reversals, but this one fell out that way. And when I asked if it was important that it be reversed, I got a yes. The 7 of Pentacles, it's kind of the downside of the 7 of Pentacles. So I'm going to say this is a no. The 7 of Pentacles is, 7s are reflection. Is it worth my time and effort? Is it worth it? Is the question that the 7s all ask. Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth the pain? Is it worth, you know what I mean? Is it worth the work? 7 of Pentacles is it worth the effort? And with it being in reverse, the fact that it's reversed is a no for your question. Your question, the answer is a no. But 7 of Pentacles in reverse is like you're feeling frustrated really frustrated, like this is never going to happen. They're never going to be ready for harvest. I've put all this time and trouble and effort into it and nothing's happening. They're not growing fast enough. I'll never be able to harvest them. It's kind of a real pessimistic attitude. That's what I'm getting. So, okay, to look at the three together as a reading, get rid of your stinking thinking because there's no reason for it. Turn that Seven of Pentacles around. Because you're shining brightly. You're at the end of a cycle, beginning a new, hopeful, fresh, brand new, awesome cycle. Yes, everything you've put into it is worth it. Everything you've put into it is paid off, because actually, we could put it over there. Everything you've been through, all the effort you've put into it, you got the healing you needed. So now that you're shining and you've ended the cycle, that you've ended that old cycle and you're starting something totally new and hopeful and bright and beautiful now. So there's your additional messages. All right, so now we've got the oracle cards from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. We have Ready, Set, Go, and Mother Healing. There, you can see them that way. Ready, Set, Go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. And Mother Healing. As your feelings toward your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. So let's see. Okay, for Ready, Set, Go. And I love orcas. Oh my God, I love orcas. Even though you might not feel entirely ready, this card says there's no better time than the present to dive into your future. Ha 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 ha. Yep. You're advised to take both big and small steps to move in the direction of your dreams. Push aside everything unrelated to your life's mission. Adjust your schedule so that the bulk of your time relates to your priorities and goals. Delegate tasks to other people or hire someone to assist you. Your responsibilities will still be met, you'll be happier, you'll enjoy greater self-esteem, and you'll attract more abundance in the long run if you jump in and follow your heart. That's some big message there. Okay, Mother Healing. This card asks you to slow down, rest, and be very gentle with yourself right now. Can you cancel your appointments today or for part of the day and take a nap? By drawing this card, you're urged to let go of unnecessary activities and to focus on self-renewal. Give yourself a hug. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. I promise to treat you with respect and care that you deserve. You're wonderful. No rushing or time urgency is allowed today. This is a day of sweet kindness where you treat yourself as gently as a baby cradled in your arms. So there's some self-healing here, as well as issues that you may have with your mother. As you work on healing that, maybe the self-care can help you move toward the healing any issues you may have with your mother. And it can help your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. And I would always caution you to be careful your wording in what you wish for, because I've gotten exactly what I wished for according to the wording, but not necessarily what I meant. So yeah, make sure that you're wording things exactly the way you mean them, so that they will manifest more rapidly and accurately. All right. And then we have the wolf spirit and the phoenix. The wolf spirit for family, number 51, that reduces to a 6. And 6 is about human love. And then the phoenix is transmutation, and that 29 reduces to an 11. Nice. Had that with the 4 of wands too in the first week of December. Okay, wolf spirit, number 51. You are napping on the forest floor, nestled on soft moss, when a wet nose nudges you. You open your eyes to meet the gaze of an enormous wolf. As you sit up, you notice that an entire pack is sitting around you. You feel so very safe and strangely included as a part of this clan. Your family has your back. For some people, their family are those related by blood, while for others, their friends are their true family. Many find that it is their connection to those in spirit who are indeed their true family. Whoever and wherever your family, right now they are supporting you. You are safe. You can safely communicate your truth with family members. This is the time to be willing to communicate from the depth of your being. Be willing to stand, talk, and address others from the center of your being. This heals. Many people have misconceptions and false stereotypes about wolves. They don't understand that wolves are highly social and loyal. Family means everything to a wolf. Each pack member has a place in the social strata of the clan. Wolves are also excellent communicators. They use their voice in various configurations. They also use their expressions to convey meaning to other pack members. They are highly protective of other members of their pack, yet they enjoy playing even into adulthood. The spirit of the wolf says, support is all around you, even if you are not aware of it. Release the belief that you have to do it alone. You don't. This is the time to heal any rifts in your family. Give encouragement to those in your soul tribe, your family, and your community. Allow yourself to be supported. That's pretty nice. All right, 29 for the phoenix. At the edge of the forest rises a mountain. The journey to the top is long and arduous. The path has boulders and landslides that make it difficult to discern what lies ahead. Yet you climb, knowing that something remarkable awaits you. As you finally reach the top, you peer over a boulder to see a large pyre. An old, tired phoenix comes into view, his wings dragging only to heave himself into the fire. The flames leap higher and higher. As they die down, out of the ashes arises a renewed phoenix with bright colors that outshine the sun. He looks directly at you with a fierce intensity before soaring off the mountaintop. Your life is changing, perhaps in ways that you didn't expect, but it is wildly wonderful. Transmutation is the act of changing from one state of being or one element into another. The phoenix is legendary for his transmutation in fire. In the flames he is reborn, leaving behind his old and tired self to become a passionate, wild, and free bird. Something that you might have thought would never change is changing into something amazing. It's not an ending, rather it is a bright, shiny new beginning. Situations that seemed lackluster are transmuting into fabulous opportunities. Release expectations and limited thinking, for things are not as they seem. The spirit of the phoenix says, a big change is at hand in your life. What feels like an ending is really a beginning. Rising out of the flames and ashes, you are entering a new cycle. Even if life seems murky in areas, this is only the clearing before a rebirth. Hang in there. The best is yet to come. All right. Those of you who chose the Amazonite reading, that's all I have for you right now. I thank you for being here. I hope that this really, truly did help you. and I will move on to the next reading. Let's go ahead and move these all out of the way. Okay. All right, our next reading is copal. And as I mentioned at the beginning, copal is the stage right before it becomes amber. So this is a tree resin, a very hardened tree resin. And it is not quite amber yet. So the energies are slightly different, but I love it anyway. All right, so let's get this copal reading going. We are doing for the 5 weeks of December of 2021. There's week 1, week 2. Let's move these up. Week 3, week 4, and week 5. There you can see all of them. Now, when I say 5 weeks, what I'm referring to, the first week of December is basically the last few days of November and the first few days of December. But I'm doing it as a whole week because it's the week that's coming up. Now, the clarifiers. Oh, wow. Nice, 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 nice. Very good, very good. Why does this all seem to be sliding off? Probably because it really is. Yeah, let's move this. Yeah. I got a little bit of Virgo in me somewhere, okay? You know, neatness counts. Okay. For the first week of the month, which, like I said, is the last few days of November and the first few days of December, we have the Hierophant clarified by Temperance. So we have 2 major arcana cards here. So this is some powerful energy, first of all. And the Hierophant is about traditions and the way things have always been done and what's expected of us by our parents, society, religions, all different social norms. Some of us like to buck against all of that and do things a little differently. We like to march to the beat of our own drum, you know? And then some of us have fallen into it because we want to be accepted. The Hierophant can also mean authority. In a job, it can be management, supervisory stuff. But it's clarified by Temperance. Temperance is usually a symbol of patience, balance. What I'm getting here is excuse me, what I'm getting here, Temperance is clarifying the Hierophant. And as much as I love the Crystal Visions Tarot, this is not my favorite depiction of the Hierophant. In fact, I prefer when he's called the High Priest. Although I do love all of the symbols around him. I think that's amazing. I don't care for the Pope or Cardinal looking type. Anything that refers to a specific religion. I like all these other religious symbols being incorporated, belief systems. I love that. I love, love, love it. What I'm getting from this is don't do something just because it's expected of you. Take the time that you need to. Be patient with yourself. Allow yourself the time and space. You know, keep your balance, keep your wits about you. Allow yourself the time and space to come to your own conclusion. Don't do or say anything just because it's expected of you. Take your time. Exactly. Take your time. Take care of you. Do what you need to do for you. Don't rush anything. Don't jump into anything. Don't do or say anything just because you think it's expected of you. God, never do something just because you think it's expected of you. And that's for the collective. I'm not feeling any other messages out of this. I'm not feeling different groups or anything individual. This feels like the whole collective, like it's advice for that week. We may all have different things coming up that we need to, think about, make a decision about, whatever. And the basic message for everybody is don't rush into anything because you think you're expected to. It's good advice on any day of the week. Any week of the month, any month of the year, any year of the decade. You know what I mean? It's eternal. It's always good information. It's always good advice. Okay, now this is really cool. In the second week of December, we have the Emperor clarified by the Six of Rods, also known as the Six of Wands, which you see the victory here. He's got the laurel wreath on his head. He's got the wreath on his end of his hawthorn wand. And the Emperor. The Emperor is like the culmination of all of the kings. The kings all have mastery of their suit. The Emperor is the culmination of all of them. So he has mastery over everything. He has command of everything and everyone. And to relate that to our lives, he has command over his own life and his own surroundings. He's running the show, basically. And the Six of Rods or Wands is basically saying, yep, you're the victor here. You may be getting some kind of recognition. You may be realizing, like, you know what? I am in charge of my life. I do have command over everything. I have got my act together. And that may make you feel very victorious. That may make you feel like you are just the cat's meow. So, yeah, it could be an amazing realization for some of us, some of you, in the second week of December. with some very, very good feelings, very beneficial. It'll bolster your confidence, your self-esteem. And basically, the Emperor doesn't really need that. He's there. So yeah, you're sitting pretty. You've got it going on. And I find this extremely interesting because as we move into the third week of December, you have the Chariot clarified by the Emperor. And this Chariot, I think this is beautiful. You got eagles flying around, the charioteer on literally a chariot with the black and white horses. I love the artwork on this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. I just love it. It's beautiful. And I understand why it won an award. Okay, so being clarified for the Emperor. You got the Emperor in the second week and in the third week. Now, the Chariot is about forward movement. It could be literal moving for some people, but it could just be making serious progress in your life. You may have an area of your life or just your life in general, your own personal attitude within yourself. You may be making so much progress. I believe the forward movement in your life, because the Chariot is clarified by the Emperor, it's going back to the fact that you're there. Because you have command of your life, because you are running the show and you know that you're running the show, you're conscious of it, your move is causing you to move forward in your life. You are making progress. And you're going to recognize it in the third week of December. That's awesome. I'm feeling that for the majority of the people who chose this reading. I'm not feeling anything really in different groups, and I'm not feeling like this is for everyone, but I do feel like it's for a great number of people who are watching this. All right, so moving into the fourth week of December. Check this out. We have the Three of Wands clarified by the Hermit. And this Three of Wands is awesome. I mean, I love it. It's like she's holding, it looks like a crystal ball, but it's almost like she's got the world in her hands, but look at the light coming off of it. See the orbs here? It's like she's got these other orbs, but the one she picked up is the one full of light. And it almost kind of reminds me of the Strength card again, too, because look, she's got a lion cub there with her. It's like the mini version of the Strength card or something. The Three of Wands, and a lot of people interpret the Three of Wands as waiting for an opportunity, waiting for for the time to be perfect for something when there never is a perfect time. But this card does not portray that, and that is not what I'm getting from this. It's clarified by the Hermit. And if you look at the artwork here, you look at the picture, taking some time out to reflect. Threes, now another interpretation I've learned about the threes, fours are pauses, sevens are questioning, is it worth it? Threes are where you start to see the beginning of progress. The Two of Wands, he's put out the effort, and now he's just kind of waiting for the ships to come in or whatever on the traditional, if you want to use that word, Rider-Waite-Smith type decks. and this deck is based on that, but the imagery is different, of course, and I love that. But she's sitting here, all three of the wands are planted behind her, and she's not concerned with them. She has this beautiful lit orb in her hands, and that's what her attention is focused on. It's like that's her bright future. This is her bright beginning, starting right now with this light in her hands. This orb that's lit up is showing her, this is your life. This is your future, starting right now. I believe this is what I'm feeling here is that this is the beginning of seeing those first little bits of progress. There's this hope, this light, this yes, this is your future, go for it. And then you have the hermit clarifying it. What's the hermit got in his lantern? The star. So you have a common theme between these two illustrations. And then the hermit, of course, is a major arcana. And so it's got the stronger energy. And the way that she's sitting there in the Three of Wands is like, it's like almost gazing into a crystal ball. Only she's got a lighted orb, but if that were a crystal ball or the equivalent of in her hands there, she's doing some reflection, you know what I'm saying? The hermit has done that introspection. She's not really doing the introspection here because she's being shown exactly what's next. Yes, you've done the work. Here's your progress. This is what you have to look forward to, kind of thing. The hermit's done it too. He's come out of hiding. He's got the star lighting the way in his lantern. Three of Wands has the orb lighting her way. So yeah, you're going to notice some more progress. The third week, we're saying there's movement, there's progress. There's going to be even more in the fourth week. So some good stuff to look forward to. And moving on to the fifth week of the month. Holy moly. Anybody who chose the I can't even talk now. The copal reading. If this is resonating for you, then look at what you have in store for your fourth week. You have the 10 of Cups with the 2 of Cups. Yowza. That's amazing. This is a pairing, a partnership, a coupling, however it fits you, that is going to bring you so much joy and peace and love and harmony. These are the words that are hitting me. This is true love. This is true love. Wow. I am not sure who this is for, and I'm not sure how many. It feels like the collective. I don't know. I'm not feeling like it's for only one person. I'm not feeling it to be just for a small group. It's just there. Somebody's met, someone has matched your cup. Someone has matched your cup, and you are going to have 8 more cups from it. I mean, you see the joy, the happiness. I realize that it's showing a family, but it doesn't, it most certainly can mean that, but it's not going to mean that for everyone. But just the feeling of the peace, the joy, the harmony, the love, the contentment. There's something that's going to be easier about this relationship than any other. Whoever this resonates for, it's going to be something that's going to feel easier than any other relationship you've had, romantically speaking. It's just going to feel as perfect as we can get in our human existence. You know what I mean? It's not going to be perfect to the true sense of the word, but it's going to be an amazing pairing that's going to bring a lot of fulfillment. Wow. Oh, I hope something like that happens for me. No, whoever this resonates for, kudos, congratulations, all the best to you. I'm truly happy for whoever this is for. All right, now it's time for the 3 questions and the additional message. Whatever, you can think about 3 questions, yes or no questions. You can pause the video if you'd like to think about what your questions are, or you don't have to. If you don't have any questions, that's perfectly fine too. There are still messages that will come through, and I will read them individually, but then I will read them together as one collective message, the 3 cards. So for question number 1, we have the 3 of Swords. Ouch. I'm going to say that's a no. And for the second one, we have the Death card. That is a major change. It's also a major arcana card. No, this feels like a good thing. I'm going to say it's a yes. I'm going to say that's yes. Question number 3. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. I'm going to say yes. With a little effort. Yeah. The 2 of Pentacles is, obviously, as you can see from the illustration, a little bit of a balancing act. And he's got some little bit of choppy seas there behind him. Actually, I'm going to change that. It's not a yes, it's a maybe. Number 3 is a maybe. It will depend on how well you keep things balanced and how, yep, it'll depend on how you balance things out. Don't know if that's going to answer everybody's question number 3 accurately or properly or not, but it's an accurate answer for somebody. And collectively, looking at the 3, there's been a pain. You know, your heart has been wounded. It's like teardrops or raindrops. You see the clouds above the heart with the 3 swords in it. It's like raindrops, you know, which a lot of people, you know, there's the corresponding visualization, teardrops, raindrops, you know. So basically pain in your heart, but that's ended. The death card, that's ending the pain in your heart. And you've got twos can also mean choices, but I'm not seeing this here. It's like you're okay. I got it. The pain in your heart has ended and you have found new balance. Or to put it in not past tense, but in current tense, present tense, the pain in your heart is ending and you are finding balance. Yes, that's a good message. The pain in your heart is ending and you are finding balance. Very good, very good. All right, now to the oracle cards. Make a decision and helpful person. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. Okay. Sometimes life feels as if it's at an impasse while we await heaven's next instruction. By drawing this card, however, heaven asks, what do you want? Sometimes the universe asks us to be the decision maker, and this is one of those times. Instead of passively allowing life to push you around like a canoe without oars, you're counseled to take charge and set your own course. Know that heaven gives you all of the resources you need to pull yourself out of any situation as long as you make a firm and clear decision. Your decisiveness is the catalyst for heaven to clear the way for your manifestation. Let go of all fears or worries and focus only on the destination you intend to reach. Enjoy the journey along the way. And helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. Oh, Lord. There's a person who can help you reach your desired outcome. You've probably already thought of whom this person might be. Or it could be a new person coming into your life whom you'll soon meet. Be open to receiving help from others. Strong people learn the importance of delegating and working as a team, and this may be a time for you to learn these vital life lessons. So be sure to voice your needs and ask for assistance. With the help of others, you're more able to manifest your divine purpose and desires. Very cool. All right, and then the Sacred Forest Oracle. We have Hummingbird Spirit for joy and Bear Spirit for healing. Healing. Okay.